Okay, so this is introduction to the oscilloscope. So we usually use the analog oscilloscope in our laboratory. And in this video, I'm going to show you the buttons and which buttons are useful when you use the oscilloscope, how to handle those. That will be basically introduction to the oscilloscope. We're going to use this oscilloscope later on the couple of experiments. Because of that, I think it is very important to understand how the this button will work. And the first thing is, when you take in the oscilloscope, you definitely see bunch of buttons. So most of them we are not going to use. We're going to use a couple of buttons. So I'm going to explain what those are in here. So now before that, I have the two channels in here. Channel 1, it says channel 1 here and channel 2 here. So I give a signal generator which has set up in here two signal generators directly to the oscilloscope. Channel 1 to my first signal generator, and channel 2 is 115 here, and channel 2 I gave to the second frequency generator that has also 150. Right, so now in the oscilloscope, what you have seen in here, so I can see two signals because I use the channel 1 and channel 2 there, and this we call it as the display of the oscilloscope. And so now here I have some button that I can change the intensity, right? So intensity greater, smaller, as you want to visibility to make easier. And then I have focus here. Most of the time those all are set up, right? And now here I have this panel which is on top of the oscilloscope. So this is the lab oscilloscope we have, but some of the oscilloscope you have one channel, some of them you may have three channels. And so according to that, you have the number of button appears on those, right? And here I have this vertical axis, it says vertical here. That means it's basically related to my voltage axis, that is a vertical axis on your screen, right? And this one I have for the channel 1, this one is for the channel 2. So you can change the your read in that when you need to read it easily. So you should be able to make it to the screen visible to you. So make it 2, 3. According to that, you have here the volts per division label. So whichever division you're going to read it in here, have to multiply by 1, then you will get exactly number of divisions. So those are main divisions numbers, and also there are each division is divided into 5 smaller division. You will be able to read that also. So basically oscilloscope can measure the AC signal, the peak to peak voltage yourself. And but the problem is with the voltmeter, we are not able to measure the AC voltage directly because it will measure the root mean square voltage, right? Because of that, oscilloscope is useful to see the signal, and also it is very good measurement of the voltage, right? So now let's talk about this again. So vertical motion, I have this division, I can change to the division number to the make it to the visible to read it. And then channel 2, you have this symbol, also you can change it. And also there is a ground button here, so you can make it to the ground one of line, so you can change the position of that line, make it to 0, right? And then you can make it AC here, and this one you can make to the ground. If it is not on the center, you should be able to make it to the that position, and then AC. And here, if I need to see the channel 1 separate from channel 2, I can use that symbol. I need to check the channel 2 myself without channel 1. I can do that, but usually we use the both at once if you need to observe two things together, right? So now here I have the horizontal panel. So horizontal panel is for the your time axis, right? Time axis means this axis. You can change your time axis as you want to see. Sometime when you need to measure the period, you may need more waves because we're going to take the average of the waves, right? So that you can change by using this. You can make it one cycle if you want. Usually we take more cycles to make it visible to read it, right? So we'll do into the one channel. So this way, right? And then in addition to that, you can change into the fine tune, cause these things we can change, but those are vernier scales. The fine tuning one we already not going to use any of those will be fixed. And this trigger range also will be, it is set up already, so it is saying ready, so we are fine with that. And those are the buttons that you have to remember when you come to the next experiment. Okay, and in addition to the signal generators, hopefully everybody understand those. This will be the one signal generator we have used for our sound experiment, right? So we can always use the board to type the numbers, and we can change the frequency, amplitude, pace, and these things, right? This is very easy access to use it. And also we can change into the square wave if you want, sine wave. So this will be your signal generator we usually use. And then this is the all type of signal generator, right? So this one we can switch on this 500 icon, because that means I can read from, I can change the frequency from 0 to 500. We usually use 150, because of that I keep it in 500. And this one is the left button. I can change from the big numbers if I need to change it, right? So then after that, if you need to do some fine tuning, so we can always adjust by using the fine button. So I'm going to change this into probably 150 again. This is a little hard to fine tune usually. So 150, and fine tune you can do from the next one. So now it's changed into 144. I'm going to change into 150. Okay, so now this will be your identification of the button of the oscilloscope and the frequency generator. Okay, so let's do the Lissajous figures in next one.